Hello, hello everyone. Michael is gonna join us in probably 1 minute. Hello, Adnan. Oh, somebody already. No need to delete him, just ban him. Anyone who is looking for trouble, just boom, ban him. No need to delete. Yeah. Hello, 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 Ferguson. Hello, Bob Guy. Hello, True Loyalty. Yeah. Ivan has some shoulder issues, as far as I know, but still, Vitali is very good. I mean, even in hook, he's very good. But I for sure know that Ivan has been injured with shoulder. I don't know how is it now, but hello, Michael.
Hey, brother, how you doing, sir?
Good, good, and you?
Man, just cleaning. I got a cleaning mode. I was vacuuming upstairs, and I was like, "Oh crap, I'm late." So I had to get down here real quick.
That's
How you
good.
doing,
That's
brother?
good. Good, good. How are you?
Training hard, man. Training hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
So where are you now, Michael? Like you picked for Gennady match, and then you just did a little bit back step, a little bit, just to make sure that like to make the arrow go more. You first like a little bit pulled back, and then you know,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
So I peak. So each time it's been a peak. I come back. I reassess light weights for a couple of weeks, and then I reprogram all my arm wrestling specific lifts. Right.
yeah.
So did that after Camille. Um, was quite a bit stronger for Gennady than I was Camille. I mean,
Hmm.
anywhere between 8 and 20% on certain lifts. Came back on from this one, set new PRs, readjusted my programming, and I've got big goals for this prep. I think I'm gonna. I think I know I'll break all my PRs, and
Hmm.
I'll just keep moving forward from there. But yeah, I feel good. I feel healthy. Uh, my heaviest morning weight, like stripped in the morning, is 300.2. I've been 302 different times. Heaviest evening weight, dressed like this, 314. Um, stripped around 311. So just varies how much food I
Hmm.
take in, how much water I drink, all that good stuff.
A question for you: You won 3 matches in a row, correct? No, four. Four. Yeah. Lamparelli, Lars, Kamil, and Gennady. The question: When you win, do you go home with a mindset that you did everything right for the preparation, or you always learn even you win?
I've learned from every victory. So the first one was when I came back here and I had a controlled setting and I pulled Pablo, right? So I pulled Pablo in
Yeah.
February. I realized, okay, cool. I kind of got the nerves out of the way, but I'm still not where I thought I was going to be at. So then we went and pulled Frank. I learned a lot from there that, I had a great game plan, but the emotions got to me and they took over. Came back and had a good program, good setup for Lars. After that, we thought we was doing the heavyweight world title versus Dodican, and that didn't happen. So I went for Camille in the super heavyweights. Once I committed to the super heavyweights, I basically just quit going to bed hungry at night. And from there, I just said, "Oh, the goal's Levan. The goal has always been Levan. Levan's always been the goal." Um, And I know Jerry's going to pull Levan next week, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I believe that Levan's going to win, but I've said it every time someone's asked me, if Jerry gets to stop once and Levan tries to hang on or pull through it, I think it's over.
Yeah.
So the objective is Levan. The goal is overall number one. The goal is to prove to the world all things are possible. But yeah, I mean, every time I come home, I've been and something I've never done before is these analysis videos, reviewing these matches and seeing how my opponents. I've never done that. My entire arm wrestling career, I never researched my opponents. I just always thought what I did, if I do it at its best, it's gonna be better than what they do. Now I'm finding out, okay, he's susceptible to this, or he does this, or whatever, and I'm learning a lot. So each time I come back, even after Gennady, I came back and said, okay, I could have done this. I didn't realize I was strong enough to have been able to do that, but I was. I could have done this. So moving forward to Ermes, he's a different opponent. He's a different opponent. He's a stronger hand, stronger wrist. I would say I think Gennady's a more versatile opponent, but I think Ermes is a more difficult opponent because of how strong his hand and wrist are, and his ability to control center most of the time.
So
But I'm preparing for that as well.
My question is, like, when you say like you learn something, you're talking about like you made you made a mistake during the match that you could do something different, or even for the preparation, like, do you think that like everything was right, or you need some adjustments? The adjustments because of something you learned from the Gennady match, or is it because now you have different opponents, or there is no adjustment at all with the preparation?
The preparation is exactly the same.
Same. Okay, so that's what I wanted to.
Here, and this is the reason. If the ultimate goal is Levan, and I believe my path through Levan is through the strongest hand and wrist the sport's ever seen,
Yeah.
then the goal is always preparing for Levan, right? Ermes is going to be the closest person to Levan in a way of a difficult hand and wrist to try to take control of, to control the center of the table, right? Because we know how strong he is from here and how strong this is in his riser. So my objective will be to pull him towards me without compromising my riser or my pronation. That's exactly what I have to do against Levan. So the preparation is always for Levan. It's just the next step is Ermes, and the programming has worked so far. There's no reason to change it. And I am adding a few things, like I had that new side pressure machine. I've been adding that in, and I feel like that's actually helping quite a bit. Yeah, the thing is, people are laughing, or people are asking, like, they used to get so bored of my total body circuits that I used to do: chest, back, arm, shoulders, legs, because I did all the arm wrestling specific within those workouts. And all I post now is, pronation over the top knuckle riser, pronation gauge back pressure, wrist cupping, static hold, and then outside side pressure. People are like, hey, I'm kind of wishing I could see more of Michael's old stuff. Well, I'm still doing it all. I'm just not filming it, I'm working the hardest I've ever worked in my life right now. The amount of time that I spend in here, especially on arm wrestling specific movements, I've never put this much effort into my life.
And another question: your arm size, like, is it the biggest ever?
Yeah, I mean, so I had pumped. I'd hit a 22-inch pump prior to Gennady, and then you measured me cold, and I think it was like 55 or 53 and a half. I think it might have been 53 and a half cold when you measured me, when you were measuring me in Morzov. And then I came back home and I got pumped up again, and I got another 22-inch pump. So I had to make sure that it wasn't a fluke, right? So 22 is the best it's been so far. I really haven't gotten anything bigger yet, although I'm 4 or 5 pounds bigger than I've been yet. No size growth in my arms. I think by the time I pull, whenever I get the shot versus Levan or Jerry, I believe I'll be 330, 340, 22 and a half.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll probably have a
330 is 150 kilo.
Yeah,
You're
I think
talking
it'll be
about 150, 155 kilo. You plan to be.
Yeah, I mean, I expect to be 30 pounds bigger than I am right now. So that means my stripped morning weight would be 330, and then my weigh-in evening weight dressed 342, 345. I mean, I think that I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think I necessarily need that versus Levan, but the trajectory and path that I'm on, I kind of feel like that's just where it's going to land. Like, I think for Ermes, I'll probably weigh in 10 pounds heavier than I am now in the mornings, which means I could weigh in dress. I mean, I don't know, 319, something like that, 317, 319. And the thing is, it's not a weight thing. just like Ermes said, he doesn't care what he weighs. He just wants to be strong. I just want to be strong. I am a full believer the bigger muscle has the potential to be the stronger muscle. So I'm just going to keep eating, keep growing, and keep training, and keep resting, keep recovering. I mean, we have I can't say how many weeks exactly I have left because we haven't announced the date yet, but I'm very focused.
Yeah, the cheese fest, please don't be disrespectful, my friend, please. Anyway, so uh, Michael, yeah, I can guarantee, like, I mean, for sure, I had never seen you 150 kilo for me. Like the other day, I think you shared the video, like this is where Hermes makes mistake or something, like something like that. You made a video and like you
Probably,
put,
yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
put the analyze, the old match,
Mine and Hermes
yeah, yeah,
2017
yeah,
match,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and so there you said that like Hermes was 103 and you were around 120 and you said you will probably be 140 and he will be about 125. But now you are saying you will be 150 kilo, not 140
150 for
kilo.
Levon, not Hermes.
Oh, not for the Hermes.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, no, no,
okay.
no, no, no.
Okay,
That's the spring match. That's the spring match, you know. And as you know, I already said for Levon, which means I will beat Hermes. I'm not. I love Hermes. He's awesome. He's a great young man. He's got a lot. He's a very, very bright future. He's already accomplished amazing things. He's held the super heavyweight East versus West belt, you know, or the shield or whatever it was that he had at the time.
yeah, he had
And
belt
he's going to
too.
have plenty of time to get to the top. It's just right now, it's a bad time for him. It's just
Yeah,
a
I
bad
know.
time.
Skylar Brooks arm wrestling says two of the greatest. Thank you, my friend. And okay, so since you started that subject, Hermes and you, yeah, my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, there has been some times like you picked so good and then there was some, how do you call it in English, decline, for some time before your bicep surgery. You
Right.
had some losses.
Right.
And those times, probably there has been some moments that you really doubt yourself. Like you, I remember before the pandemic, or even in the pandemic, during the pandemic, you like had hopes to beat Levan, and then you had some like defeats. You understand? Like
Right.
you lost some matches. Those times, did you like? I think you did, but like you little bit doubted yourself that like, okay, I was thinking about beating Levan, but yeah, probably I was like dreaming, and 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 now you coming back, and now you are having that hopes in you and that target in you. Like what I just tried to say, that before the pandemic or during the pandemic, you believe that you could beat him, or you had chance to beat him, and then after you lost your losses, probably you lost a little bit the faith about that goal. Maybe you thought that it was maybe not possible after you're 50 years old. You understand? And but now I see that you have like that. The confidence is coming back. This is. Am I
Yeah.
correct or
So,
wrong?
I honestly thought that I had the best shot of beating Levon back that 2020 area,
Hmm.
2019,
Hmm.
2020, even early
Hmm.
2021. Devin was a better man on that day. He beat me. Then I lost to Gennady. Then I lost to Rivas. Then I beat Todd Hutchins here. Then I lost to Angarbayev, right? And then after Angarbayev, I blew my bicep. So I had people talk about all these losses I had. I had 4 losses. I mean,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
that's 4 losses out of only 5 matches, right?
Yeah.
But it's 4 losses against Devin, who was 290 plus pounds. Gennady, who we saw what he did after he beat me. He went on to beat Dave. He went on to beat Devin. Gennady was amazing.
Yeah.
Rivas, I was so close to winning that match. I just,
Yeah.
came up on the short end. And then, I was coming off a torn bicep when I pulled on Gerbayev, partially tear bicep. And that was the best I could be on that day. But hey, that's how that goes. During that time, my aspirations of facing Levan had definitely diminished. I didn't think it was going to be possible. I had so much damage. I had so much, nerve damage in my hand. I'd atrophied my thumb a lot. The bicep, did not realize how bad that was. And honestly, when the bicep tore and I had surgery in those first 13 weeks of training, my goal was not necessarily Levan. It was just I was going to obtain a world title. And I'm going to tell you how I planned on doing it. This is just being me transparent. I was going to partner with Bill Collins, and there's a $25,000 UAL ring that I actually gave back to them. Because I never got to meet anybody to pull it. Robert Drink gave it to, and he said, "We find somebody worthy, you can pull him from. Till then, it's yours." Well, he sold the thing to Bill Collins. I'm like, "All right, here's your ring back." So I was going to talk to Bill like within that first year, and I was going to say, "Hey, let's have an event, a Monster Factory UAL collaboration, and let's have an event here, and I'll pull John Brzenk for that." And so that would be the UAL world title. Now, would that make me the world champion overall? No, it would have made me the champion of the Ultimate Arm Wrestling League. So that honestly, in the back of my mind, that's how I was going to become world champion again. It wasn't going to be in the East versus West. It wasn't going to be versus Levan. And that just made sense to me at the time. Well, then as progression happened, you said, "Hey, you want to do a contract?" I'm like, "I'm down. You've given me the opportunity. Let's do it." And so everything became a focus on East versus West. And then even when I was competing at 253, and when you offered me the world title shot versus Dodican, I didn't intend to stay there. I was going to win that world title, defend it once or twice, and then move on to supers. Once that match got canceled, it just sped up the process of super heavyweight. So there was a belief in me after ketamine that I could be number one in the world. There's a belief in me that told me that the world thought it was impossible to beat Levan, and I was going to show the world all things are possible through Christ. It was just a belief. And that belief, whether anyone else believes or not, it doesn't matter. I believe it. And when I'm confident and I believe in myself, I'm a difficult person to beat. And that's the biggest problem Ermes is going to have. Is I believe this is bigger than me. I don't think this is about me.
I like you messing with him. I like that you're all ready because he will fire back, and I know what's waiting for us.
No, listen, I'm not even trying to. I'm not even. I think the kid's amazing. I'm not trying to talk smack. I'm not trying to do anything.
No.
I'm just telling you
Listen,
what I
when you
believe to
say
be
like
true. I
smack,
believe to be
it's just
true. Yeah.
listen. It's just natural, what's happening. I like it when it's natural. Like
Yeah.
I really like. I have encouraged people to do trash talk and hype the match because we need to teach some of the, especially the Eastern athletes, to do this. But whenever the things are real, the things are even better, and
Yeah.
yours is real. I'm not saying you are being disrespectful or something, but your confidence and it is all real. It's coming all from the heart. And then I 100% am sure that Hermes also has that. Like Hermes is also very dedicated. He also has big dreams, So there will be a huge like clash,
It's the
like
same exact thing that was the situation with my last match. You had me versus Gennady. We both
yeah,
had the same path. We
yeah,
both wanted the same thing.
yeah.
We both were very passionate. We both believed what we were saying.
hmm
It was only after the fact that he said, that issues were, his wrist, his bicep, whatever. I mean, he had said in the interview with us that his bicep wasn't quite as strong, but his wrist was stronger than ever. We had the same goal. Just
Yeah.
like me and Ermes, we have the same goal. The winner of this match gets the shot at overall number one. It's a
Yes.
huge opportunity.
Very
So there's
big
no
one.
way I could possibly think that I'm the only one that wants it. I know he wants it just as bad as me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just believe with 100% certainty in my heart and in my mind that this time is mine, that this opportunity belongs to me, and I will be the one with my hand raised victory. I mean, I just believe that.
Yeah. It's just we all have our own reasons to win, our own goals, and I love it. I love it. Yeah. And the catabolic tracks. What aspects of Hermes style worries you the most?
Well, there's only one aspect, and that's the strength of his hand and wrist, and his ability to post up with that up pressure, hammer curl pressure this way. Like he's so strong this way. But I truly believe that his version of pressure, hammer curl, of back pressure that he calls back pressure,
hmm
which when I started arm wrestling, that was just up pressure. That was pulling your hand up was up pressure. Back
Yeah.
pressure is when you're dragging, pulling with your back.
Yeah.
Um, as long as my hand stays intact, as long as my riser doesn't get severely compromised, and
Yeah.
I have zero doubts that he will not be able to turn my palm up.
Huh.
And this is his key to victory. He has to do this. If he does not do this, he doesn't beat me.
Even you lose your hand.
My hand's not gonna. This isn't going. this is not going to go. The
No, no, not
pronation
the
is
pronation. If the riser and the wrist goes, but not the pronation.
he. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. If my hand stays and my riser stays
Yeah, yeah,
intact,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's going to have to turn. He's going to have to beat my riser, and in my opinion, turn my palm at least in this direction, which I did in our first match. I hit back, boom. I still had pronation, but he had this, and he had a cupped wrist, and he was climb, and then he was able to press and pin. I just can't see a world where his version of back pressure beats my version of back pressure, and I don't see a world where his cup is stronger than my pronation. I don't think he can cup my pronation. And I heard you talk to John Brzezinski, and John said he thinks it would be best to turn me in a hook and then top rope from there. You're not hooking me. I'm not getting hooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting turned in a hook. So turning me into a hook and then top rope me is not an option. I don't know, man. He's amazing. He's a very, very strong individual. What's most dangerous about him is he's young and he's hungry. That's the most dangerous thing about him. I'm not afraid of his press. You know, I've pulled stronger presses because he won't be in an advantageous position. He's going to be in a bent wrist press trying to press me. He will not have my hand.
I mean, like we saw, both Kamil and Gennady is pressing to your arm. I mean, it doesn't look, but the way Ermes does is usually,
Oh yeah.
and then
Well,
he
that's the
goes
way
there.
he
Yeah,
normally. No, he didn't. That's not what he did to Vitali. He came in and pressed Vitali with a flop, right? Because he was here and he just dropped and flopped. Now he does
yeah.
have a strong flop. You know, he just
But
flopped
listen,
Devin.
listen. Latins, the hand height is a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So
have the leverage that
it
Devin
was
does.
more possible to beat Lalatin's arm.
Yeah,
Like than just needing that. Once he is stopping me, brought him here. It was
yeah.
like we saw also a few others beating Lalatin with shoulder pressure.
Dave Chafee.
Yeah, and then some other I saw as well.
Yeah.
But what I just tried to say that I think like Lalatin may be more problematic about the hand than you. When I say
Well,
the hand than you, I'm
than
not
what I
saying
used
like
to be.
only,
Than
yeah.
what I
So
used to be.
yeah,
It's easy to
but
judge
the
me by what I
arm
used to
is
be. Yeah.
probably. Uh, has there been some moments that Gennady also took your wrist during the match?
There was round 2
Yeah.
where I was making an adjustment here, and
Uh
he
huh.
kicks his wrist back and gets my hand back for a second, but then it comes back in again. Like, he didn't forcibly take it. He kicked it this way when I had my hand open and not applying pressure because I was trying to walk. Then he kicked the strap this way and got that. But
Mm-hmm.
every round, I took Gennadi's wrist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, the thing is, I mean, like I said, I think Armese is amazing. I just
Yeah.
think it's bad timing
Yeah.
for him.
Cole Cruzat says that Mike, can you do to Hermes what Devon did?
That is my plan.
Okay, so another Logan Misiak question, Michael. If you lose, what happens next?
Whatever God wants to happen next, but I'm not losing. So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So the question: you pull Hermes exactly 2017.
17 May. I mean, March.
Yeah, yeah,
March, probably 24th,
yeah,
27th. I
yeah.
don't know the date.
7 years ago, and
Almost
I know
eight. By the time this match happens, it'll almost be 8 years.
yeah, I remember you telling me. And then I went to Italy like for vacation type of thing. And while I was like, oh, you were going another country, France or something. What was it that like story that like?
I got offered the opportunity to come to Italy on someone else's dime, and while I was there, I was going to pull Ermes. I thought he was still the 95 kg guy who had just pulled, the Zlati, what was it, 6 months or
Ruslan
5 months
Babel?
earlier, and
Yeah,
he showed like I didn't see him the entire day. Like I'm downstairs, standing up, sitting down, taking pictures, signing autographs, all that stuff. He shows up 5 minutes before the match. He's been up in his room the whole time. Shows up
yeah,
100.
yeah. But were you in a like a mood to compete in Italy for a competition, or you were just there like? I mean,
Well,
like
I
you
mean,
were not.
I'm always in a mood to compete, but if you're asking if that was the best version of me that
Yeah,
year, obviously not, because what was it? 3 months later, I beat Dave Chafee, Travis Bajent, everybody. I won the WAL, and then I pulled Pushkar. How many months after that? And we went 4-2. So the guy that pulled Pushkar, the guy that pulled the WL, that match wouldn't have looked the same. It's just on that day, he was more prepared than me than I was to compete at that level. He had an amazing performance, but he still didn't win the match. I mean, he had everything,
No, I
but he couldn't
understand
keep
that.
his elbow down.
My
Yeah.
question and what I am curious is that, Mr. V, thank you. Is that like he was very young guy and he was
24.
yeah he
I was
was
44.
yeah he was very light compared to right now. It would be light heavyweight category. Now he is in super heavyweight category. So, but you also were around how much you said 260 or
122. So that probably was like 268.
8? Yeah,
Yeah.
268. So you also will be. So what is
I
your
outweighed him by 19 kgs.
yeah? So what is and you will probably be
15 kgs heavier than him.
heavier than this time as well.
Yeah.
So what is your estimation? Like, do you do that kind of estimation? But I cannot say that the only difference, like between Hermes of that time to this time, is not only the weight. The
No,
guy
he's
is much more experienced. He's just that is the only guy that actually bleeded Levan Saginashvili.
right.
So how do you like when you like, and you said that you were not at your best, but do you feel like you progressed more than he progressed, or like how do you see this?
From that match till now, from that particular match, my level and his level have probably progressed the same. Now, I have
Hmm.
not progressed that much further beyond my peak. My previous peak was a lot higher than that match, right?
Oh yeah.
But from that match till now, I would say we both progressed about the same. But the biggest difference for me is I had higher peaks in my career, but this prep, this comeback, I have done arm wrestling specific lifts that I've never done in my life.
Okay,
Everything that I
like
accomplished,
can
I
we
did
say
without
that?
doing
Can
arm
we say
wrestling.
that when you pull Hermes, you will be in the best shape of your life, or were you already when you beat Gennady?
So here's the deal. I've yet to say I'm the strongest I've ever been because there's still areas of strength that I'm not as strong as I have been in the past. I am the strongest I've ever been in arm wrestling related exercises for sure. And
Yeah.
I would have to assume the guy that shows up to pull Ermes will be the strongest I've ever been. And that's going to be about 95% as strong as I'm going to be when I pull Levan. Because I will be
Okay,
stronger
so
when I pull Levan.
you will be even stronger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything on people are saying, I mean, not people, some people you'll say comments that I got newbie gains. I'm not going to, it's unrealistic for me to think I'm going to continue to get stronger each preparation, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, this, I've said it numerous times. This is beyond something that Michael Todd is capable of doing. This is something that I'm doing that through my faith and my belief that God is working through me. So you doubt me all you want, but I'm not the one that you're doubting here because I'm not the one that's showing up that day. I'm just going to be, I'm going to do the work. I have no doubt that I'm going to do the work. I will hit every goal that I've set in this preparation. And that level of strength combined with, what I believe is my purpose to show the world what's possible will be too much for Hermes on that day.
Oh, too much. Okay.
It's going to be too much because he's not winning. Like, he's not winning.
Okay. Mr. V, thanks again. It is me again. How are you? Thank you, my friend. I hope you are okay as well. Mike, who wins, Jerry or Levan, and why? Greetings from Germany. My friend, we will go there. After this one, we will go totally for the king of the table. We will discuss. In my opinion, the best king of the table cards. The other day when I wrote this, some people said, "Oh, you always say that every card is the best." I was talking about before East versus West. Now I just think that this is best king of the table card ever. In my opinion, the last East versus West 15 card, just there has never been something like that. Do you? I don't know if you agree, Michael, or
Oh,
not.
by far, there's
By
not a
far, right?
close
Yeah,
second.
that event
Like,
was just like mind blowing. Just you watch, like whenever I was watching Tatashins versus Kanai, I was like, what? And then you see Sago versus Reno going, you versus Gennady going, and then Alijan and Matushenko round one, it like it with. I was like, wow, it's just like, I mean, I love it. I love it. It was incredible event. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go there. Let's go there. So because I think we will have another podcast before Hermes match, and I will have both of you if you both would be available. And
yeah, I'm happy.
yeah, yeah.
Happy to do it.
Do you like? How do you see this upcoming event?
Man, I think like just like you said, it's the best by far the best King of the Table card ever. Now
Yeah,
the Levan versus Devin was a super hype.
yeah,
Levan versus Ermes
hmm
it wasn't as hype, but ended up being a phenomenal match, one of the best matches. I mean, watching Ermes do what he did was spectacular. But as far as the entire card, I mean, this is insane. And
yeah,
then you got, then you have the celebrity match basically. You got Brian Shaw versus Eddie Hall. I mean, that's going to get a
yeah,
lot of views. But having
yeah,
Barbora versus Gabby rematch,
yeah,
man, what are you
yeah,
talking about? That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Marcio and Matt Mass never let us down. I love the
Rustam,
Lachlan versus Lars match.
Rustam
Paul
Sanders.
Lynn, yeah, Paul Lynn versus Crosby, Rustom Sandris. I mean,
Yeah,
Rustom Sandris is crazy.
yeah.
Because I feel like Rustom's the favorite. I mean, and I think Sanders is amazing, But I just think that short lever, he sinks his hook. I mean, I don't see how he doesn't sink his hook.
I
I
mean,
mean, he
you
might
need
get his
you need
wrist
you need you
flop.
need to finish him 4 times.
Yeah,
We will see
yeah,
four
it's a
times.
difficult match.
Yeah, Sandris also is known with very good endurance. We will
Yeah,
see. We will see how
and he
it looks.
looks great at that lighter weight. Sanders looks great. Like he's
Yeah, yeah,
super
he
fit,
looks even
super
bigger
fit.
somehow. Yeah,
Yeah, he
because
looks
maybe
bigger.
he's more ripped.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why
definitely.
he looks bigger.
The
But
leaner muscles look bigger.
yeah. And what is your favorite match there?
LeVon and Jerry, I guess, right? I mean, that's the one I care about. Having Corey, I'll be there for Corey versus Tobias.
Oh yeah, that's
That's going to be
incredible.
good. I think a lot of people are underestimating Corey, which I don't know why. I really want to see Corey get a right-handed match. We measured
Hmm.
his left wrist; it was 9 3/4. We measured his right, and it was 10 1/2.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah.
right wrist is 10 1/2 inches because he cups and hooks right-handed.
Tops. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
top
yeah.
rolls this way. So I'm telling you, that right arm of his is solid. Um, I mean, he hasn't lost anyone in North America in like several
Since
years.
John match. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's only been 2 years, 2.5 years. But
Hmm.
other than John, I guess the last person would have been Todd Hutchins 3 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. Like Corey's strong right-handed. He's
Yeah,
strong
yeah,
as
yeah.
shit.
He is, and he's getting more like
Well,
I don't know how to say
he's dropping body fat as well.
more
He's
athletic, compared to
yeah.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's around 400. Like he's been 390 something in the mornings, but he's around 400, and I think he was 450 when he pulled Moore's off. So definitely a fitter version.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the Kamil was the worst matchup for him. I think Kamil for any
Anybody
pronating
goes out
guy
like that,
is yeah, it's terrible, especially with left arm, with right arm too. But with left
yeah,
arm,
yeah.
you pronating, you are in trouble, for sure. We
Yeah,
saw
Corey versus
Laletin was almost
almost in
going
trouble, like a lot of trouble. See,
almost.
I would like a Corey versus Camille right-handed because Corey hooks.
Yeah, Corey turns, but we need to see it because
You never
if he
know.
does this, Kamil also hooks as well. But
Camille's
yeah,
looking way more complete. Like his training looks way more complete now. Is he really wanting to go down to 115?
he told me yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if it is a good idea or bad idea, but yeah, I think Kamil as a super heavyweight with left arm, he has chance to beat anyone. Anyone. I'm not saying he would
There's a
beat
chance.
anyone.
No, he's got a
Yeah,
chance
yeah, yeah.
because I still think he can get stronger.
Yes, yes, for sure. And I like Kamil. I really like. I mean, you look at Kamil, like there are some athletes that you would ask them to promote their event. Kamil is 365 days a year. He promotes arm wrestling and he
Right?
promotes himself, and he does this promotion totally with the family. And he has a job. It's not an easy job. He has a job
Right.
all day, and then he comes and trains and films, and then he posts on uploads on social media. Kamil is good for the community. That guy is also very strong, and Kamil is, I can say that, one of those guys that like you would want everyone to do as much promotion
Oh, dude, and I
promotion
love I
as
love the
you.
way he does promote, like you said, involving his family, and he does some
And then
funny stuff, and it's
good
yeah,
sense of humor sometimes, good sense of humor as well.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so let's okay then let's go. You said that it's your favorite match. Usually I go as the last one, but let's
Well, let's
go.
go to the last one. Go ahead and start it. Let's go to the last one.
I mean, no, let's start with the Levan versus Jerry.
All right. I've said every time someone's asked me, I think Levan is way too powerful. I think
Okay, can Levan beat Jerry in your opinion? I know that that is your fellow American, puller, and you would be happy if you would win. It's normal. And but if you would be objective, do you think that Levan would beat Jerry in his regular style, or he needs to do
yes.
some
I
adjustments?
think he can do it in
Oh,
his regular style. And I don't. I
okay.
think he can just go more this way with it. Like he doesn't have to come back so far. I think he can just this way with it. I just think he's too strong. I think there's a chance that Jerry gets his arm injured personally because the way
Hmm.
Levan hit. Look how Levan hit Devin in like the first matches that they had after he
Yeah, but
realized.
Levan was going away, and Jerry is going like to
When
his.
I'm just saying, like when Devin was coming in to hook him, and Levan just crushed and just holds him in the pad, right? If he hits with that
Mm,
type of aggression sideways, I think it's too much. If
mm,
he tries a different style, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. What I do believe, I believe it's 4-0 Levan. But I also believe, and I said this in the beginning of this, if he stops him one time, if Jerry sets his shoulder one time, even if it's not fully, if it's here, if he
yeah.
sets it and the match stops, and Levan
Hmm.
thinks that he's going to hold on and pull through it,
Yeah.
that's the only round it takes, and then Jerry wins everything.
Okay, because he will burn out, right?
100%. Because what'll happen is he will either foul out because I don't think he pulls through him, or he will get his biceps stretched all the way out one round. So two things happen there. One, once your bicep gets stretched out, it's not as strong. And two, Jerry just got so much confidence, and you have a North American crowd screaming for him. He's going to feed off that energy, and he'll win every round after that. I just
Hmm.
don't think we're going to see it. I think Levan's going to just go through him. But if Jerry puts the brakes on him, you're going to see the most electric crowd you've ever seen in arm wrestling ever, and you're going to see some crazy stuff happen. I truly believe that. I mean, I
Hmm.
just don't think we're going to get to see it because I think the strength gap is too much. I don't
Hmm.
think the lane to beat Levan is towards him. A lot of people think it is. And it's a lot of them think that because how in the past Gennady was able to beat him. We saw how Ermes put him, and Ermes was going to pin him. It was round 5 and 6, but he
Hmm.
was going to pin him. He was going to pin him round 5.
Hmm.
Don't get that twisted because we saw Levan hit and his arm was stretched back out. And
Yeah,
while
yeah, yeah.
Ermes, he was going to pin him, but the match was over. He'd already won 4-0. So really, it's irrelevant what was going to happen at that point. But to compare that bent wrist press to Jerry's bent wrist press is naive. Ermes did not go forward to get that
No,
stop. He went
he did
backwards
the
to get
back
that stop.
pressure.
And
He
then
back
he gets the
pressure and
stop.
he
He's on his
stopped.
bicycle. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he gets the
Because
stop.
just watch the
Yes.
round three. Round three, he did back pressure and then he stopped him by protecting his pronator, and
100%.
then did the transition, and then Levan I think fouled.
And you and I
And then
both know
in
the
the
difference. Yeah.
restart, Hermes wanted to go directly there, and he
And
got
LeBron
flash
flashed
beat.
him. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. It's just a different lane. You
Yeah,
have to
but
stop
just
him.
think that Jerry is different kind of animal about the
Jerry
shoulder
is.
pressure.
Jerry is. I mean,
Yeah.
Jerry's amazing. He's
Yeah.
probably the
No,
best
no.
front
I
presser.
mean, like Hermes is good. He stops the guy and then he finishes that way. But like Hermes, I don't think anywhere near to Jerry about like a direct,
No,
yeah,
absolutely not. I'm
yeah.
closer to the Jerry than Ermes is with the drop direct hit.
Hmm.
And I just think it's a bad idea. Like, let me tell you, if I ever pull Levan and I do stop him the way Devin did round 1, and then he comes in
Hmm.
with a press and my shorter lever than Devin, him being further on my side of the table, if he was unable to pin me and I was able to win before 4 rounds are up, I bet I would bleed him
Hmm.
enough where I could press him. You know what I'm saying? I think I would bleed him
Hmm.
enough over 3 rounds or 3 wins, or if it's 6 rounds, it took me 6 rounds to get 3 wins. I'm flash pressing him at some point because I'm gonna wear him out so much that the thing is when I pull outside, I'm wearing out my bicep, my forearm, my lats, my hand, my wrist, everything. That means all of this is still fresh. So when you see me
Hmm.
have these long, crazy matches, I'm only fatiguing these muscles. These are still fresh. So if you're the
Hmm.
opposite of me and you're fatiguing the same muscle groups that I'm fatiguing, then you're wide open for that press at some point. Like it's coming. Like, because I'm gonna time it, and your arm's gonna be shot, your hand's not gonna be able to close, and I'm gonna flash press you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if I win, I mean, if I bleed you enough, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's something I can beat. I don't know. I mean, maybe at some point, because I have a closer range of motion, maybe at some point I'll be able to open with a press, like come right out the gate with a press and beat some of the elite people. I don't know. But it's so funny because people are like, you need to do stricter form. You need to do a closer angle. I'm like, guys, I have a very short window to accomplish my goals. I'm 51 years old. I want to beat Levan. I gave myself 24 months to do it. I'm not going to be able to get this as strong as this in 2 years. So
Okay, the
why would I even
question.
focus on that when I should focus on making my strength stronger?
Question. If you beat Hermes and you think that Levan is going to win against Jerry, this is your expectation.
That's what I mean. If I was a betting man, that's how I would bet.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely
So
bet
the
on me beating
question,
Ermes, and I definitely
like,
bet on Levan
if
beating Jerry.
you beat Hermes in February, would you prefer to pull Levan in spring or end of the year?
I'd rather get it done with. Let's do it. Let's do it
Okay,
spring.
okay. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to do the next step, Levan, as long as you are
Devin thinks,
healthy.
yeah, Devin thinks I should take some downtime and
Hmm.
let my body rest and recover before I go after something big like that.
Hmm.
I feel like I just take advantage of the momentum and just come back home, take a few weeks to just lightly train and to get right back into prep. I'm a very focused individual and I need a goal.
3 months between two events, yeah.
Yeah. So um I've already I've done the math in my mind from the date that we have chosen for East versus West 16 to what East versus West 17 could potentially be.
Yeah.
And that particular date
Hmm.
is one that's very, very special to me. So I won't say it just
Hmm.
because that gives people could figure out the math when the dates would be. But
Hmm.
there's a possibility, and I know that I've already talked to Hot Springs Visitor Center and the Convention Center about possibly
Hmm.
having that match. If Levan wins and if I win, pull Levan
Hmm.
right here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, in a 5,500 person arena. So, I mean,
Hmm.
it makes sense to me. I feel like it's already been written, man. I feel like it's already been written.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that any of the next events, venue or dates are exactly set, but time will show. Yeah.
Right.
Anyways, so okay, let's go to another one. Brian versus Eddie. The thing is that the other day I was chatting with Travis, I think, and Neil was coming to the chat and he was saying, okay, Brian is very big and he may win, but Eddie is more technical. And then I didn't really follow a lot. I only remember when Eddie and Brian were pulling. And to me, Eddie didn't seem like what he knew what he was doing, while at least he had a cup, Brian had a cup and pinning him. So I judged by that. But the other day, I saw a video when Eddie was just like moving, and then wow, Eddie really
Very
progressed
smooth. Very smooth.
a lot, a
So,
lot. Yeah.
yeah, so I worked with Eddie in 2022 at the Arnold Classic UK. We just got
Yeah.
on a little bench and I pulled with him, showed him some back pressure and pronation. And it felt like he forgot all that when he was pulling with when he was practicing with Brian at Brian's house. And then Neil
Hmm.
got back with him and it's like it came right back to him and he's doing everything right. So my first initial thought was that Eddie might get hurt. That Eddie would might get hurt pulling Brian because Brian has been practicing for like a year now. This short stint, this only 5 or 6 weeks training that Neil is having with Eddie, could actually be
Hmm.
an advantage because he doesn't have enough information to get confused on what to do. Brian has been training for a year now, and he hears this, and he hears this, and he hears this, and he might get confused trying to figure out which technique to work. Where Eddie's just got an outside Toproll that looks really good and a possible transition to a press, right?
Hmm.
That might be the simpler outcome. So
Yeah.
originally, I thought Brian was a heavy favorite, heavy favorite. And now I think it's probably 60-40 Brian. But I like both guys. And
Hmm.
Eddie's hysterical. And the video that
Yeah.
Eddie and Neil just did about the song, if you watched, I'm sure you watched that, right? The song that Neil and Eddie were doing when they were
Song?
singing. Yeah,
No.
so oh God, it's hysterical. He made a video and released it a couple days ago. And I only
Hmm.
know the song, they put their own words to this song, the music to this song, and it is hysterical. Oh my God, it's so
Mm,
funny.
okay. Okay.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
so
I had John the other day also as a guest, and John, I said, John, would you pull Brian? And he said, yeah, but I would go inside with the leverage advantage Brian has and the strong hand, John said that like he wouldn't really want to go outside with him, and but you said that Eddie may just go outside and pin. Eddie compared to Brian, he looks short, but he's not a short guy. He's a big guy. Probably
He's
he's
six
as tall
three.
as you
Yeah,
probably,
we're
right?
the same height. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but the only reason he looks small because Brian is so big, and
Well, he's
but
six
still,
foot three and 350 or 60 pounds with abs. Like he's jacked. I
yeah,
mean, abs at 350, 360, right? Well,
yeah.
then Brian's just 6'8" and over 400 pounds. That's just a different animal. And we've
Mm,
seen 6'8" guys 400 pounds. I mean, um, what Derek Smith 6'8", been 370, 375, something like that. Brian's just built different. Like he's
mm,
he's he's a person who's built his frame through powerlifting and strength and a strongman, and he's just a different dude. I'm excited to have both of them in arm wrestling. You know, I'm
yeah,
excited to
yeah.
see what comes. I'm excited to see what comes next.
Yeah, I'm very happy that they are interested. It just shows that we are growing and we
Hundred
are
percent.
becoming like if these guys like Leonidas, Kirill Sarchev and Brian, Larry, Eddie, if they are getting interested, into arm wrestling, it just means one thing that we are on the right path. This is what I
Absolutely.
believe. Yeah.
So Phil
And
Woody just dropped in the link to the YouTube video of Neil and Brian. So I
yeah,
mean Neil
yeah,
and Maggie. So
I
you
will
check it
find
out.
it. Watch, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The Catabolic Track says that any chance of Scott Norton returning for one match? I don't know. I invited Scott Norton to East vs West 14, and he accepted the invitation. And then he had some issues that I don't know exactly what it is, but he said that like he kindly said that he won't be able to come, but he was happy when I invited him. I hope we will see him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Awesome, man.
let's go to the another one.
Gabby versus
Barbora.
Barbora. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right. So listen, man. Um, Gabby was so close the first time, but what Barbora did to Ekle was shocking.
And what Egle did to Sarah after that one. I mean
No,
before
yeah,
that one.
Ekle did that to Sarah before.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
Barbora did that to Ekle after. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God, what level
yeah,
is this chick at? So
yeah.
you'd have to think the younger Barbora has advanced more, but I've never seen Gabby this thick. Like she is so thick. And I'm like, is this for Barbora? This is when I talked to her East versus 14. I says, is this size for Barbora? She's like, yep. So I think she's been training nonstop since she lost to Barbora. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
um, I almost it's so crazy. It's so crazy, but I almost think Gabby might be the dark horse and going to win this thing. Like I think she might be. I mean, in my mind, she might even be the favorite. You know, and it's hard to bet against Barbora because Barbora is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
that shorter,
Gabriela already proved herself,
oh yeah,
and we know how good she is. We just do not know how much Barbara progressed since that time.
absolutely. That's the biggest
Yeah,
thing, right? Because she's
yeah,
young and she's just a massive human being.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so you are saying that on the paper, Barbara may look favorite, but you have a feeling that Gabriela may be the favorite.
I'm a Gabby fan anyway, though. Like I'm a fan of
Yeah,
Gabby, so
yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's go to another one. Pauline versus Krasimir.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I think Paul Lynn's a 70-30 favorite. And I know most
Mhm.
people are not gonna agree with that since Crosby's like reigning world champ and just beat John and all that other stuff. Man, Paul Lynn's dangerous. Paul Lynn has got a hunger and a fight inside of him that you
Mhm.
rarely find in individuals. He's one of those guys that's special. Crosby, multi-time world champion, amazing athlete, phenomenal, very disciplined. I just think he's gonna run into a stronger guy. That's what I think. I
Mhm.
think Crosby is just gonna run into a stronger human.
Hmm. Is there any possibility since it is best of seven? Do you think that
This
there
best
is a
of seven?
It's 6 rounds, right?
You're right. Okay, king of the table. I forgot.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
my bad.
So whenever you think that it's not best of five and best of seven, who is
Yeah.
his chances a little bit increasing?
Crosby's got good endurance.
So do
And
you
we've
think that
seen,
the 70-30 may go to the 60-40 or 65-35 just because it's best of seven?
yeah, if he's got a penny four times. Because we saw Paul take Sasho to the pad twice in this close to the pad for the third
Yeah.
match and would have won.
Yeah.
That was 3 out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's got so much top end, he might gas if the matches are max effort. You know what I mean? So you're right. Maybe it does go 60-40 if you got to pin him 4 times. But I still think Paul's the favorite. And I know that's crazy considering the resume that Crosby has. I honestly think that Paul's just
I
stronger.
believe I don't want to talk so detailed, but I just think that the winning WAF, the conditions and the professional things may be a little bit different. So that
We
is, yeah,
we understand. I know what you
yeah,
mean, bro. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so when we because you mentioned about the WAF, and then so I just like anyway, so I just want to go to Sandris versus Rustam. We talked a little bit, but Rustam is the explosive one. Rustam is the. But do you remember Sandris versus Pablo? And Pablo is not known with his good endurance, but still Pablo is very strong, and
Right,
he convincingly won first round against Sandris, as far as I remember.
right.
Is there any possibility that Sandris, just since best of 7, like stop, put a break, and then exhaust Rustam, or you think that Rustam will dominate him? Or do you think
I,
Rustam may win
I
even the
think
match
Rustam
is
could
over?
win in a war because Rustam's pulled like 8-minute matches or something. Hadn't he pulled those long ass matches before like Zloty or something? I know Prudnik did. Did Rustam pulled Brzezinski for a while as Zloty?
Yeah,
Hadn't
but
he?
it wasn't that long. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
Maybe I'm
remember
wrong.
Rustam had some wars against Zolev in a Russian event, and I think Zolev ended up
Winning.
winning. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess he does gas. I don't know.
Ah.
Sanders' long lever could put the fatigue on him, but I also think the short lever of Rustom makes it very difficult for Sanders. If Rustom sinks that hook, I think it makes it very difficult for Sanders to hang in there.
Hmm.
So I'm saying 50-50. I honestly don't know. I can't guess. That's what makes it exciting. And it's definitely, look at this. We got a 5'7" guy or 5'6" guy versus a 6'5" guy. That's funny.
Okay.
You know,
So let's go to Corey versus Tobias.
I think I think Tobias is faster. But the lane that Corey goes, I think all that means is going to be a slip. Um, in the strap, I think Corey's a stronger person. It's just, can he stop Tobias's hit? And Tobias can hit in multiple angles. Like he can hit one way and then switch to another one real quick. So on paper, I would say Tobias is a 55-45 favorite, but I think Corey's going to win. So someone asked a question just a minute ago, and I'm going to ask you now. Do you think that Levan is the best arm wrestler we've ever had?
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. So if Jerry beats him, what does that mean about Jerry?
Do you believe that? Okay, the question. Do you guys just please stop the religious, argument? Just anyone who is focused on arm wrestling, please welcome, and please religious stuff do on the another page. Do you think that when we talk about the best guy ever, do we judge a person by his career,
Yeah.
or does
I
it
know you're
mean
going to
that
say by
he
one
must
match.
not he
Yeah.
must not lose at all? Like
Right.
like
Yeah.
is there anyone that like has like, I don't know, you know what I mean,
No, I know.
yeah,
I
I
mean, I
mean
understand. I
there
think
may
he's
be
the best.
someone that may lose but still may be more successful than other guys, but I mean I cannot take anything away from Jerry, you understand, if
Yeah.
he beats Levan, but like I would more consider people like with everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Levan's the best that's ever happened. The best arm wrestler we've ever seen. I truly think so. Strongest arm wrestler in the areas that you need to be strong. Um, so whoever does dethrone that guy doesn't make them. It makes them the current number one in the world, but it
Yeah.
doesn't make them the best arm wrestler ever. It
I
just
mean,
makes them.
because I mean, if you had like another 20 losses during your career, it is very very hard to do that. And best arm wrestler, like you don't mean the goat, right?
That's
You
John
mean the
Brzezinski.
strongest, like the
That's
one
what I
that
mean. The strongest we've ever
yeah,
seen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, okay, who is that guy?
Who's what?
Who's the goat?
John Brzezinski. Like,
no, because some people are
oh,
like,
Mendagas or something? What? Yeah.
okay. If John is here, where is the closest guy? In my opinion, somewhere here, not
In
here.
accomplishments, yes.
Yes,
In
of
accomplishments,
course, of course.
control,
Oh, but
in
just
accomplishments.
Michael, 90 kilo, 95 kilo guy for 30, 35 years pulling against the super heavyweight guy. Just today, just show me a 90, 95 kilo guy that will be like, I will tell you something, like, except Levan Saginashvili, I don't see today's super heavyweights are untouchable throughout all history. You understand? Like, I mean,
I
they are
agree.
very good, but there was some today that are more good.
It's the deepest the super heavyweights ever
Deepest,
been.
yes, yeah, deepest, yes, no doubt. But I can show you like best of Denis Siplenko, best of Pushkar. I can tell you best of maybe Richard Lapkis, you understand? Maybe Alan Kare, best of. These guys would also do great against today's guys.
No doubt.
So, but just so John Berzing is like 90, 95 kilo guy was
Right.
pulling against those guys that I mentioned. You
Yeah.
understand? And just today, bring me Rustem or Irakli or Sasho that would be beating Alan Karev or Richard Lapkes or something. I mean,
No.
so what I'm just trying
Yeah.
to say that
No,
we're
I get
talking
you, man. I
about
get you.
90, 95 kilo guy killing everyone around his category and going head to head with the super heavyweights, sometimes winning, sometimes
And
losing.
the time. Here's the thing: there will never be anyone. No one will never ever duplicate what John did
Yeah.
because he did it in an era that we don't have anymore. We have a
Too
different. Yeah.
long, too long
Yeah.
time, my friend. Too
Yeah.
long time, you know.
Yeah. It can never happen.
Yeah.
It can never happen again. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
but I agree with you that when you say that Levan is the
the
strongest guy,
peak. He's the
I
peak.
mean, I
He's
can't,
the
I don't know. Hmm.
I think he's the peak. I think he's the peak the sport has ever seen. Now, I
Yeah,
think Richard
yeah.
Lupke's in his prime may have been strong, but didn't have the technique that Levan had. Denison Plinkoff may have been as strong, but he didn't have the lever advantage or the height and size that Levan has. You know what I'm saying? Levan is the peak, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. But
but
do you see like in the history, like, do you think that like anyone could cause him problems? Okay. I'm talking about the past. Also, you are saying that I remember one what
yeah,
year you were talking about? 2012 or 13, 14? You were saying some year you thought that like you would beat everyone in the what we
I
don't you?
truly believe that time frame between 2011 and 2014, where I never lost a single round for over 3 years, and that's against Pushkar and you know 9-0 against Lubke's and Dave Chafee and Jerry Caderet and everyone that I arm wrestled in that time frame. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that version of me then,
Mm-hmm.
up to that point, could
Mm-hmm.
have beat anybody who's ever arm wrestled over in
Oh.
a super match format. Because at that
Mm-hmm.
time, with those rules, it was very difficult to beat me.
Oh, okay. You mean the
Yeah, I mean,
shoulder? Yeah,
I
yeah.
could full blown King's move.
Some people think that you are still going under the table.
I know.
Like,
What's that about?
do you want me to explain, or you want to explain the difference?
I,
Because some people they are not toxic. You know, they may not know. You understand? They don't know the thing. I try to explain again that, like, guys, here is the humerus bone. So humerus bone is coming from shoulder to the elbow. Bone is going like this. When this humerus bone is parallel to the floor, it's okay in any position. But in the once this humerus bone is down angle like this, at the neutral position, the beginning position of the match, and to anywhere to the losing position. If your humerus bone is down angle, that's a foul. If you are winning, it can go down. It's no problem. But
right.
in this, so Michael, as far as I saw, you were keeping it parallel. Maybe one moment, maybe I suspected. I didn't watch it again, but suspected that maybe it went down during the Gennady match. But just this, I mean, I'm not sure about it. But what I'm just saying that there is the difference? Like, so you want to add anything so that maybe because
No, man,
people are
yeah,
asking why are you allowing that? Like, listen, in the past it was like this, it still was okay. You understand?
yeah,
So this is like this. So if your hand is coming down, it is possible it to come to the pad. So and I mean I cannot do anything more than this. This is the limit.
yeah,
I always talk the same as if the shoulder is passing the center, it is a foul. This is going down here is foul. So we have the limit. So Michael is not pulling under the table. So you want to add
yeah.
anything? Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah.
No, it's just that's just something that people started with and is stuck. And it's fun because people will say something, then someone will come to my defense. So I don't even talk about it anymore because on my platforms, someone will say something negative. Somebody else who will come by and be like, listen, he's not on the table. That's old, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. I don't even care anymore. I'm just going to, you set the rules. I'll arm wrestle within the
Yeah,
rules.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
But
mean, there is nothing personal. I set the
yeah,
rules, and I have never seen you to argue about it even one time. I don't see. Even you started to like pull about even when you pull against Jerry, right?
yeah, in
Yeah,
2019.
yeah, yeah. I remember you didn't do anything. So
Well, that a
you
lot of
this
that was because I got so much hate for the arm wrestling. I just was
yeah,
like, hey, and now I was like, then I got hated anyway, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get hated for winning. I'm not, just if you're gonna hate me no matter what, just hate me for winning because that's
Baba,
what's
you
gonna
don't
happen.
you are not going
No,
below.
no. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah.
I just go within the rules. What the rules are, and the thing is, because of the way that parallel thing is set, I could actually
Uh-huh.
kick my body this way, and I'm still in the same. It's still the same thing. Like I'm still not below the pad, but I'm creating that different angle, right? It's just within the rules. I just arm wrestle within the rules. People want to get mad about it, don't like it. It's ugly. It's a bone lock. The people that think it's a bone lock make me laugh because if you put my arm straight, I
Mhm.
have to let up because if you straighten my arm as straight as I go, I have to let up because I'm in an arm bar and it hurts. I don't have some tremendous amount of resistance to pain that if you put me in an arm bar, I can just hold it. My tendons, ligaments, and muscles, and obviously they reattach my biceps slightly closer. So that tendon ligament is just strong enough right before you get to the bone that it can hold. If you push
Mhm.
it far enough, you'll see me stand. Watch the two times Ermes pins me. I stand
Mhm.
up. He
Yeah, he
puts enough
made you
pressure.
stand up, right? He made you
Yeah.
stand up by
Yeah, he put
press.
so much pressure on my bone, I had to stand up. Like, oh shit, you got me. You know what I'm saying? Because he pushed past my elastic limits in my tendon, ligaments, and muscles. He pushed it to the bone. I had to let up. But it's funny that people want to discredit it and say it's a bone lock. It's not strength.
Oh, Hermes wrote something. Accept my challenge and show is not bone luck. Is it real, Hermes?
Yeah, it probably is. It may not be, but it doesn't matter. You will find out soon, my friend, how strong my right arm is.
Oh, Hermes just came. I cannot invite Hermes. This is YouTube type of podcast, so
Yeah,
I
so
can invite
you
only
can't bring him in.
one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, man,
Anyways,
he's a good dude. He's strong. He's an amazing athlete. And, I just hate it for him that he's got to face me to get to Levan because he's gonna have to wait a little bit longer to get to Levan because I'm the one that's facing Levan.
oh, okay, okay. So you feel sorry for him. He's young. You need
I
to
mean, I don't feel sorry for him that he's young. I just feel sorry for him that I'm the obstacle he has to get through to get a shot at Levan because he's not getting through me. Now he's got
okay.
plenty of time. He's 20 years my junior. He's 20
Uh,
years younger than me. Look at me. I'm still active at this age. I'm still getting better at this age. He's got plenty of time to become overall world number one. It's just not right now.
So he's very unlucky, right, to meet
Very
you.
unlucky.
Very unlucky. You heard it, Hermes. You are very unlucky guy. You are very unlucky guy, and Hermes. Basically, Michael is saying that like Hermes,
He's laughing.
like
He's got some good laughs going. All right, so
yeah,
let's get back to the
yeah,
matches.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. I love
after
teasing him. I love teasing him.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sanders Rustum. Who do we have after that? We had Tobias, Tobias, and
We
Corey.
yeah, we
Matt
talking about
Mass,
that.
Marcio,
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah.
Matt Mass, Marcio. Historically, Matt Mask has been, a horrible disadvantage for Marcio because the long levers are both going outside, and Matt's hand normally beats Marcio's hand.
Mhm.
But from what I've seen, except for the Zornov Jordan Zornov match, it looks like Marcio's in really good form. So
You mean Dejarno or you mean Petrenko? Or?
No, who's the
Which one?
guy? Jordan
Jordan Sonev.
Sonev. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sonev. Yeah. Except that match, Marshall looked really, really good. So I'm excited to see this match. Although historically Matt wins, I think it's 50-50. I think it's real close to where Marshall lives. It's pretty much his home state. It is his home state. Lansing, New Jersey. He's from New Jersey. I think he's going to have that hometown crowd, and I think it's going to play to his advantage.
Okay. So you
Lars
are
and
saying,
Lachlan. What do you think about Lars and Lachlan?
listen, that is a very interesting match, and I see it 50-50. I, I I mean, my opinion, Lachlan needs to be taking the center to this side, and by controlling the pronator of Lars. If he cannot, if he just goes like this, and then Lars puts that shoulder, it will be kind of hard to, you know, lift. I mean, you know, the classic shoulder pressure. You know what to
Right.
do about that.
Right.
Of course, yours is different. You're doing something that it doesn't work for us mortals.
Well, so let me tell you about Lars. I think his press is the most formidable asset that he has. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal. But I think Lars is going to stop the match in an open top roll.
Oh, Lars, I have seen him doing this. And if you are saying this, you know something because you guys I know very close. So Lachlan, you hear that. If Michael is saying something, trust me, that is not opinion. That is information. Just listen carefully.
This guy's asking, I think he's asked you a couple times how much I weigh. I weighed 300 pounds even this morning.
So 296 is 130. So you are 132.
Yeah, 130, 140, no,
No,
140.
no.
Yeah,
You
I'm
are,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, one
Two,
four. I'm
two, two.
190. I mean, I'm 136, 137,
Yeah,
136.
286 is 130, and then you have 14 pounds there, six, yeah, 136, yeah.
Yeah, because
36, 37, yeah.
140 is 308. So I'm
Yeah,
8 pounds. So
308, yeah,
I'm
you're right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm 136 and change. But like I said, I went to bed at 309, strip 309, underwear, whatever, 309. So I went to bed at 140.5.
I mean, you're losing a lot of weight during the night.
It's crazy. I had to pee like, I guess I'm old and I got to pee like 10 times a night. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, and we have
Will you toast
another
that?
match.
Sorry, babe. You don't have to do it right now. Well, but go ahead. Yeah, what's the other match?
We have Kevin Palco and his opponent. I don't know, but
I don't
John
know the
knows.
opponent either, but
But
he looks strong.
John says that the guy is very strong. He says that once he locks himself in hook, he said John is having hard time to
You're kidding
unlock
me.
his. But this is what John
Wow.
said. You know? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Palco's definitely going to go on a hook because that's where he likes to go.
Okay, then I think we're gonna have a war
That's
there.
going to be an exciting match then. I didn't know that. Yeah, Palco sinks that hook pretty solid.
Yeah,
He's
and
got
he
an
has.
impressive
I saw
arm
the
for a little
guy,
dude.
big forearm. You know, the
Yeah,
Kevin Palco. Yeah,
yeah.
very big forearm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an impressive little dude, man. He's got a very impressive looking arm. But yeah, that's an exciting match too. I'm Rebecca. So we weren't going. Rebecca and I weren't going to go.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard that you're going. Robert told me.
yeah, I didn't want to miss training. I didn't want to mess up my training, and I'm actually going to miss. I'm going to miss one pronation lift and one set of pronation gauge, back pressure, riser, all that, and then the second one that I would have missed. I'm just going to do the Monday. I get back home late Sunday. I'm doing Monday and then doing the next one on Tuesday. So instead of doing on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, I'm just going to do Wednesday, skip Friday, push Sunday to Monday. So I'm only going to miss one lift. But it's Rebecca's birthday is December 30th, and she's like, that'd be a fun birthday gift. Let's just go hang out with no stress. Like I have no
That's good.
stress.
That's
I'll
good.
go
See,
to I'll go to the
Rebecca
gym.
loves arm wrestling, huh?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go to the gym
So,
and compete. I'm gonna go to the gym and train and just
do you know what you guys need to do? Better
what do we
do?
need? What?
Find a room with a door lock and put an arm wrestling table there. And you and Devon just go there, close the door, and lock it, and train it, and get out. And
Keep it quiet.
yeah,
Listen,
just train.
I really want his help and or Auden's help on the setup and the strap. Like I know how to arm wrestle inside the strap. I just don't know how to get the best strap in the setup. I don't know. I never practiced that stuff, and a lot of times I didn't have the range of motion to do some of this stuff because I couldn't come back past here, and I need to come further. If those guys can teach me how to not give up so much in the setup, I think it'd be a lot
I
more
don't think you
difficult
are
to be.
giving up anything. You are an experienced guy. I mean, you can say that. I mean, at least, I mean, you are not gaining advantage, but I don't think you are giving up on anything. Like
Oh,
one is
okay.
enough. We don't want to owe you. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Anyways, Michael,
Yeah.
my friend, it has been 70 minutes, 1 hour and 10 minutes. As always, it is a great pleasure, my
Yes,
friend.
sir.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. And Hermes will probably, after watching this, will fire you on social media.
I'm sure he will. And you know what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do? Nothing. I'm
yeah.
just gonna get back out there and keep training. I'm gonna let him just keep doing all of his stuff and posting all of his challenges. And he's just trying to distract me from the work. He's just trying to distract me from the work that I got to do. I'm just gonna keep doing the work.
But you are also a little bit poking him, whenever you
I'm
talk
just telling
about
you what I
this.
believe. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
saying
know, I
anything
know,
that
I
I
know. But
think is
that's
any
enough. That's
different.
enough. You are not
I've
trying,
said
but
nothing
even
derogatory. I've said nothing
no, you
inflammatory.
don't say anything
I'm just
bad.
telling
But
you what I believe to be true.
yeah,
Now I
and
do
that
have
is
one.
enough.
Yeah, I've got
That's
one
enough for.
question for you.
Okay.
Remember this picture, this poster?
Yeah, yeah. You asked me that, if I would give you, and
Can
then
you
you
send
said,
me that back? I've lost it. I want to get that done for something else. Can you send me that image back?
if I find it, yes.
Yeah,
If I
yeah,
find
because I
it,
can't
yes.
find it. I was looking
Yeah.
all through my emails. I couldn't find it.
But what? Why you have it already? You want to do bigger?
So, well, I have a partnership. I have a partnership coming up that I can't announce yet. And
Yeah.
that image would look really cool on a collaborative banner.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. That's yeah. Anyways, once again, thank you, Michael, and
Yes,
thanks to
sir.
everyone who has been watching us. And wish you the best and healthy training, my
Yes,
friend.
sir. Take care and
Yeah.
God bless. And I'm sure I'll
Yeah.
talk to you. But if I don't talk to you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Y'all be blessed and take care and all that good stuff.
Take care. Take care, my
All right,
friend.
brother. Bye bye.
Bye.